Grace Church is called to be good news for the city. We do this with our words, what we say, how we proclaim Jesus, how we point people to Him, how we testify to the breakthrough that we see in our own lives. And we also do this with our actions, how we love the person in front of us, how we show compassion and care and meet people's needs, how we welcome people in regardless of background to be part of our community. That's what it means to reach Nottingham with the gospel, and actually that's what it means to take that incredibly famous passage in Matthew 28 seriously, the Great Commission, where it tells us to go and make disciples of all nations. So this summer we are going. We are doing what's called a mission week, where we go to the Meadows, we go to the city. It's called Let's Go, Love Nottingham, and here's Gus to tell you more.
On Thursday the 8th to Sunday the 11th of June, we're going to be running 4 days of mission outreach in our city. This includes street evangelism, gardening, worship on the streets, kids events and sports. You name it, we're going to be just sharing God's love with our community. On the Thursday and Friday, we'll do full days, starting in the morning with some teaching, prayer and worship, fueling us up to go and do the things of faith in the rest of the day. We'd love for you to consider taking the Thursday and Friday off work, or maybe you can take charity days with your job. Even if you can't, on the Saturday, the whole church family will be gathering in the Meadows to invite the community there to a family fun day. We'll also continue some of the activities we've started in the week, like gardening and litter picking, as we continue to serve our community with God's love. All of this culminates on the Sunday with a gospel invite for anyone who we've met during the week to come in to church and to hear some testimonies as we do baptisms and celebrate all that God's been doing throughout the week. We do all of this mission not because we're amazing, but because God first loved us. So we're calling it Let's Go Love Nottingham because we just want to share the love of God with the whole of the city. A lot of this activity is going to be taking place in the Meadows. So here's Laura, who's going to tell you a bit about her and John's story and how we're getting involved in a longer term mission there.
So there's no profound reason why John and I ended up living in the Meadows. Him and his housemate, before we got married, needed a sheep house and they wanted to be on the tram line, so the Meadows was the obvious choice for them. But over that year before we got married, we fell in love with the area, we fell in love with the community, we fell in love with just all the different people that we'd met and engaged with in that time. And so John and I couldn't think of anywhere else we wanted to establish ourselves than here. Over the last year we've been leading a small group of people and we've been hosting community meals in our home. The aim of the community meals is for anybody with any background to be able to come and learn more about Jesus in a safe environment and to be part of our community. So far we've had 11 people come and try our community meals out, and it's been a real privilege to unpack the gospel with those people and to welcome them into our community. Last year as a church we launched a gardening project where we just offered to help people with their gardens, and we were overwhelmed with people who wanted our support, and we just found it a really easy way to meet new people and to get to know them and to invite them to our community meal and to church. Off the back of Let's Go Love Nottingham, we would love to see more community meals happening across the area so that there's more space for different people to come and be part of our community and to be able to explore the gospel for themselves. We'd also love to see people walk the 10 minutes from the Meadows to church and to just be part of our wider church family, and just for more people to know that we're there, and we've got things like the food bank and the 12 o'clock service that are there for them to access.
Through people like Laura and John, it feels like God's opened a door into the Meadows. And so I can't wait to see what God does as we take a bold step of faith and we proclaim Him. I'm so looking forward to hearing future stories of people coming to faith as a result of Let's Go. So this could be a really significant moment in our story as a church, because we are here for the long term. We are taking God's kingdom into the community because we want to see lives transformed by Jesus. We, after all, were always meant to be a church that goes beyond these four walls. So let's all get involved. Let's go love Nottingham.